Good morning, Business Marketing Technology Pathway, Multimedia Freshman students. It's me, Mr. Cheney, with another brilliant tutorial. I am going to go through today and give you some more details about the proximity poster, which is all based on CRAP. That's right, CRAP, which is the design principles of contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. And of course, like I said, the one we are dealing with right now is proximity. So I've got some finished products that I wanted to show you that I put together, and I put these together in PowerPoint, and I'm going to show you kind of how I went through that. But first, I wanted to go through some of add to some of the information that YouTube video went over as far as proximity goes. So everybody, I think, is familiar with the Adidas logo, and if the Adidas logo is broken apart like this when it's not in proximity, it doesn't make much sense. We identify and recognize the Adidas logo because of the proximity of these shapes. In fact, the meaning behind the Adidas logo is this is supposed to represent a mountain climbing, like a rising mountain. So that's something where we could recognize in the business world why proximity in graphic design is important, because if we saw this without the words Adidas, we wouldn't know what was going on. Now, where can we see it in play? Well, hold on, before I go there, let's go over this. So, proximity, okay, it allows for visual unity in design. If two elements are related to each other, they should be placed close proximity to each other. Doing so minimizes visual clutter and emphasizes organization. So it's all about minimizing visual clutter and emphasizing organization on any given project, and that's just one of the four main principles of design. We could see this when we're putting together a poster. So let's say that we were walking through the school and somebody put a poster like this, and we only, usually when we're on campus we have 6-7 minutes between classes, and we're walking by and we're talking with our friends, and we look over at this poster. Is it easy to figure out when this class is? Is it easy to figure out what kind of dances there are? Is it easy to figure out where this dance class is? Not exactly, especially if you're just strolling through. It doesn't really catch your attention much. But using proximity to organize this, now we have a poster where we could be like, oh hey, there's dance classes, and right below that it shows where the studio, what the studio is, where the studio is, what time these classes are. And then they use proximity to actually organize the types of dances. So, someone who was interested in like street dances like hip hop and crump and funk and clown, they're like, oh man, I think I want to go there. So that's where proximity can actually be used in like a poster format. Now, let's go and look at our proximity poster assignment. So on Google Classroom, we're using the layout and composition video right here. This tutorial video, I'm going to be showing you how to do it in PowerPoint, which is one of the simpler tools that we have available to us. You could also incorporate Microsoft Paint, or, well, you're going to see that I use Photopea as well. So, real quick, this right here, that's a nice solid C poster. So, it's got the word proximity, it's got 3 shapes, it's got 5 shapes of something else, and there's not much of a background. Solid C. They did the assignment, but just barely. A example of a nice B poster, they went into Microsoft Paint, they used a lot of color, they used brush strokes, they actually drew like the birds and the trees. Proximity, it's there, it's large, it's like a solid color, it can't, nothing special, but this is like a nice solid B, so it's above average. And an A poster would be this, where again they went into Microsoft Paint and really put some effort into this. Again, I'm not grading artistic ability, I'm grading following directions and making it look good. So proximity, lots of effort, looks great. It goes with the theme of the poster. They drew a couple trees, used paint strokes. I've got 5 skates of different colors and shapes. I've got 3 leaves over here. So that is a nice, solid A poster. So, how am I going to build this in PowerPoint? Well, let me show you the finished products first. I wanted to put some movement into it, so I've made one that's still, and I've made one that used animated GIFs. This one right here just shows like the still version of it. So I used a forest scene, and I went to cooltext.com and I made proximity with like cool molten fire, and I've got Smokey the Bear over here that's making sure the forest doesn't go on fire, and I've got 5 fire extinguishers. Did I draw these Smokies? Nope. Did I draw these? No. but I put some effort into this poster by making sure I went and got an animated GIF for the background. I got an animated, cool text thing from the website. This is a nice solid poster. So that's the still version, and what's cool about going into PowerPoint is you can save it as an animated GIF and actually get the final result that you want, which one is that? Right here. So this right here is saved as the animated GIF. So even more interesting because I've got some movement, and you've got the movement from the cool text from before. So if I'm in PowerPoint, here's the project that I built in PowerPoint, and I'm just going to kind of go through how I did this. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do a new slide, and I'm going to do a new blank slide, and I'm going to go find a background, and let's see, where did I look for backgrounds? Right here, and I looked for forest animated GIF, and the one I found was this right here. So I was able to just copy it, put it over to PowerPoint. Okay, Control V to paste. Okay, again, I always like to put it right in the corner so that I can line it up nice. And there we go. I've got my background now. Now I want to find Smokey the Bear. So I did Smokey the Bear PNG. PNG means you're going to find one without a background. So I think the one I used was this one. And to make sure that it's a PNG, you might do save image as and make sure it says PNG when it comes up. So I'm good. That means I can just copy it, and I can go over to my PowerPoint, and I'm going to Control V to paste. I'm going to resize it. I'm going to tilt it to make it a little more interesting, and then since I need two more, I can do Control C on this and then Control V twice, and now I've got three of these guys. And I can group them like that. Next, I'm going to go find myself a fire extinguisher. So instead of Smokey the Bear PNG, fire extinguisher. And which is the one I used? I forget already. Let's see if this is a PNG. So if I save this, save image as PNG, cool. So I can do a Control C on this to copy it. Go to my PowerPoint, Control V to paste. Oh, didn't copy it. I better go back. Okay, click on this. Oh. Right click, copy. Let's try this again. Control V. There we go, but it's got the white square, so they lied to me. I wonder if I could take the background out here. Remove background. Yeah, pretty much. So I can mark the areas to keep. I want to keep that. It's not working very well. Come on. There we go. There we go. So if you run into a problem where you got a picture that's not what you want, you could actually fix it sometimes in PowerPoint. So for now, I think I'm going to be happy with that. Oh, no. Oh, pretty good right there. If I do that, yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to say keep changes. Not bad. So I'm going to resize. Okay. Tilt that one maybe. Okay, Control C to copy, and then paste. So I've got 5. Because I want 2 groups. 1 of 3, 1 of 5. So, and you can group them any way you want. Okay, so I got them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I got to go get my title that says proximity. So what I did was I went to cooltext.com and I found this this molten one right here. Where'd it go? Burning. Oh, molten core. That's the one. Okay. And I changed this to 100, and I typed in block letters proximity. It gives me a preview. I create that logo. Oh, come on. Well, maybe I should bring it back down to 70. It doesn't like, sometimes you can't go above what they tell you. So okay, proximity, I'm going to create the logo. And as it's processing, then I'm going to download. And so when I did this the first time, I discovered that when I put it in just on its own, it had this white box around it. So I was like, I don't want that white box. So I got a little fancier, and I went over to Photopea and I removed the white from the background. So I'll show you how I did that. Do I have time to do this? Yes, I do, of course. Okay, so I'm going to open this latest proximity, and it's got the white box around it. Notice that there's several layers. That's what an animated GIF is. It's a bunch of the same picture that just moves incrementally. So right here, I'm going to use my magic wand tool and remove the white background, and then I've got to do that for each layer. So I got to go in here, remove the background, show this one, remove the background, and so forth. And that way, once I take away all the backgrounds, I can save this and export it as a GIF still. And it's going to be an animated GIF still. And then when I come back over here to my PowerPoint, I'm going to insert, and I think I already have it saved somewhere. Is it this one? It might be this one. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Insert. It's probably this one. There it is. So there's the proximity. I could have done a better job. I didn't get the white out of some of these letters, so I could go back and clean that up even more. But it looks a lot better than with that white box around it. So I'm going to take that one out. Now I've got this one. I could make it larger if I wanted to. And now I've got an animated GIF title. Maybe I want to bring these down to kind of space it out a little better. So I've got 3 shapes in proximity. I've got 5 shapes in proximity. I've got proximity as a title. I've got a cool background. Now, if I wanted to just save this as a still image, what I can do is click on the background, hold down Control, and click all my shapes, including these. And I can right click on one of the boxes and I can group those together and then just save the whole picture. So I can right click on the outer page now and then save picture. You can only save that as these types, so PNG it usually saves as. Or what you can do, which is cool about PowerPoint, is you can save as, and then you're going to pick where you want it. So on this PC, I'm going to go to my desk, or I'll go to Documents this time, Proximity Poster, and the type of file that I want to save it as is right here, Animated GIF. And that way, when I save that, and I go to my Documents, right here, Proximity Poster should be right here. It's an animated GIF. If I open it up, then this is what I come up with. The new poster that I just built in front of your eyes. Okay, so that's how you do that. I'm going to post this to the assignment and play it in class today, and that way you could refer back to it. And the next one that I'll make is actually kind of this version, maybe a different one, using just Photopea. All right, that's it for now.